What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni after a 1-0 victory for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge against West Ham. A crucial 3 points needed, especially after losing 4-2 in a diabolical fashion to Arsenal in our last game. A loss here today could have potentially sucked us into that top 4 race, which is something we do not want. Comfortable third finish, please, Chelsea. Do not make life any harder than you have previously been making it. So really appreciate the 3 points. Before we get into the content, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts down there as well. I'm going to start this video by saying this. Thomas Tuchel, I feel he got the lineup spot on. And why I'm starting with the managers, because many of you do know I was not happy with Tuchel after that performance we saw against Arsenal. But today I feel that he got the personnel completely right. In terms of the football that was being played today, I thought a lot of it was a lot of individual sort of mistakes, the lack of creativity and all that kind of stuff. Came really down to the team. I'm not really going to blame Tuchel for that too much. I feel that he got the personnel spot on. Couple talking points in there. As Piliqueta going to that right centre-back position, I thought he wasn't great there, but I think he served his purpose better there than he would have at right wing-back today, so I was happy to see that. But overall, the performance today was really flat, lethargic. I just did not... It was boring and horrible to watch, to be completely honest with you. It was boring and horrible to watch. But first half, not going to lie to you, the way West Ham was set up, you could just see from their lineup that they're thinking about Thursday. So for those of you that don't know, West Ham have advanced to the Europa League Semi Finals and will be facing Eintracht Frankfurt at home this Thursday. So obviously that would be their best route of getting into the Champions League next season by winning the competition. West Ham fans currently, the ones that I know, feel quite optimistic. Barcelona are out of the competition, and the team that they seem to be worried about is Rangers. So it's going to be interesting to see how West Ham, if they will progress from the semi-final, how they will fare in the Europa final. But West Ham had no Declan Rice in that lineup. They had no Dawson in that lineup. One or two others as well were on the bench. So definitely David Moyes had that in mind. So you could see from the off, West Ham just came to Stamford Bridge to just not lose. And I say that to say, like, because West Ham all game, they had 10 men behind the ball, basically. When we was trying to get into when we was trying to make things happen, really try and break the lines, West Ham probably had about 7 or 8 players in the box at one time. Getting shots off was impossible. Players were getting frustrated. Every single one of their shots was just hitting the defender, and it was really, really irritating to see, to be honest with you. So it kind of left us to go back to default, which is our sideways passing, sideways, backwards, and that's what it was a lot of the game. I will say this as well, we did win a lot of our 50-50s. I thought our midfield pivot today were very good, actually. To be fair, I've got to give props to Jorginho. Thought he controlled the game very well. Thought he made quite a few interceptions very well. I thought his passing today was very good. I thought he played under pressure very, very well. So several boxes ticked there from Jorginho. Big up Jorginho for today's game. I do criticise him quite a bit, but today I thought he did very, very well, as did N'Golo Kante. Although he did early signs, because I think the first pass he made, he did lose the ball, and I was like, well, here we go again. But he did seem to pick up rhythm during the game. You know, very good interceptions, really picking up that ball and doing what he does best, driving from our half into their half and trying to make things happen. But this is where we seem to be hitting the roadblock consistently, was in that final third. We couldn't really figure out how to break down West Ham since they had so many men behind the ball. Kai Havertz today looked like he needed a rest to me. He wasn't at his best at all today. Timo Werner did try. It was nice to see Timo Werner sort of thinking outside the box, trying something sporadic to make things happen, to create chances, because honestly, it just felt like we was playing against Burnley or Atletico Madrid, just all men behind the ball. And it didn't really feel like West Ham were pushing to score, to be honest with you. Towards the end of the first half, I thought, you know, we looked really flat. We didn't look like scoring. And I thought David Moyes was going to say, do you know what, like last 10 minutes, let's really turn the screw on Chelsea and see if we could try and nick a goal and then shut up shop for the rest of the game. He didn't really seem to want to do that. So the message in that game was, boys, don't lose. Best players will come on for probably about 20-25 minutes maximum. which is what happened. So the first half really was just, getting to the final third, running into roadblocks, constantly playing in front of the West Ham defence, and they was just comfortable with that. Just blocking shots because they knew that Chelsea were just going to get frustrated and just start hitting the ball side to side and playing it backwards, which was fine by West Ham. In the second half, quite a few of us are calling for changes. Tuchel has not made changes as of yet. What we've got going on here is not working. But Chelsea, I thought we were quite resilient. I thought we did very well in that midfield. I thought Loftus-Cheek helped out pretty well. I thought he helped out pretty well high up the field as well. Was very good with the press, along with the others, along with Kante, along with Jorginho, Mason Mount, as per. Forced errors from West Ham quite a bit. West Ham turned over the ball to us quite a bit. But again, when we're in possession, we were just too wasteful, way too wasteful. It wasn't really until Thomas Tuchel decided to make changes later on. Pulisic coming on, Lukaku coming on. Two massive game changers, I must say. And I will say this about Lukaku as well. Props to him. I got to give props to Lukaku because when he did come on, he did win us a penalty. Good bit of play from him. Received the pass. Dawson, he was tight on Dawson. Dawson couldn't get the ball off him. Lukaku's trying to get into the box. Dawson's pulled him down, and the penalty was given. It actually went to VAR. It was definitely a penalty. Was it a red card for me? I'm not entirely sure what the rules state. You lot are going to let me know about that. But up steps Jorginho for the penalty. I'm here getting happy. Dawson has been sent off. To his disbelief, he has been sent off. I was quite surprised he got sent off. Jorginho steps up to take the penalty. Surely you're thinking, okay, he's going to dispatch this penalty at 1-0. But I did say, if you watch the watch along, I did say before he took the penalty, please don't do the skip jump technique before you take the penalty. This is something, we need these 3 points. Put your laces behind that ball and make sure it goes in the back of the net. Did he do that? Absolutely not. Jorginho does what Jorginho does, runs up, takes the jump. Fabianski, who is a very experienced a very experienced goalkeeper, has figured out that if you wait for Jorginho's jumping foot to place first, you can figure out where he's going if you're just patient enough. And exactly what he did, aside from the fact that the penalty itself wasn't in the corner. Sort of, I don't know if Jorginho scuffed it or mishit it, but it was poor. It was basically in the middle of the net. Easy job for Fabianski. I was absolutely fuming. I was calling Jorginho all kinds of names, which I apologise for, by the way. I was just caught up in the emotion. But we needed that goal. At that point, it is still 0-0. But silver lining in that cloud, not too long later on, we do break down that left side. A lovely bit of interplay between Marcos Alonso and Mason Mount for Marcos Alonso to then deliver a nice ball into the box where substitute Christian Pulisic places it into the far corner. Fabianski is beaten completely. 1-0 Chelsea. The game is looking completely out of sight at this point, and it's good for Captain America Christian Pulisic, who has also been getting criticism from myself and quite a few football fans, to get the goal today and really wrap up the game for the 3 points, which is what mattered. Which is completely what mattered. I watched that game with no volume and I could see that there was relief through that stadium as soon as that goal went in. Lovely celebration from Pulisic, by the way. You could see how much that meant to him. Hopefully that will spur him on for some more goals towards the tail end of the season, because we need to pick up some form for this FA Cup. You get me? Winning breeds confidence, and we've got a very, very good Liverpool who are still challenging for a title, by the way, in the FA Cup final. My thoughts on this game, on the manager. I'm going to start off with Thomas Tuchel. I do think that he got the personnel selection right today. But I do think he could have made changes a little bit later. I mean, he was vindicated by his choices. We did come out and win 1-0. And it was both Lukaku and Pulisic who did make an impact in the game. So there's me saying that, but there's his theory into practice, and it worked. It definitely worked. But what I will say about today is, we have to definitely figure out ways to beat low blocks, man, because a lot of teams don't mind us playing in front of their defence. We've got to learn to, when we have countering opportunities, we've got to learn to move the ball faster. We've got to learn to not get your ball tangled underneath your feet like Loftus-Cheek was doing quite a bit today. I'm not going to lie to you. If he can iron that kink out of his game, I'd like that a bit more. So many times where, counters have broke down. The final pass in the final third is just breaking down the play. It's frustrating to watch. Sideways passing, backwards passing, and so on and so forth. These are things that need to be ironed out of this Chelsea team, 100%. And now I know it's easier said than done, but we saw too much of that today. We absolutely saw too much today. It was a lot of, the majority of it was toothless. And to be completely honest with you, we were very lucky to face West Ham when we did, because as you can see, you know, West Ham, I can't really say there were too many standout players for them. I thought defensively they were good. Up until Dawson got sent off, I thought they were very good. They was blocking everything there was to block. They looked very tidy defensively. Outside of them, I thought Ben Rama was good. I thought he was the best out of the attackers in that West Brom attack. Pressed really well. Almost capitalised on two mistakes. I believe one was from Azpilicueta and the other one was from Trevor Chalobah getting caught in possession. Both of them by Ben Rama. So good work from Ben Rama, who was later on subbed off for Lanzini, I believe it was. But yeah, these individual errors, like we keep saying, we've got to iron out these unforced errors, man. We definitely got to iron these out. We've got to be a lot quicker on the ball. Players have got to learn how to push out quickly. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, these are all things that are instructed by the manager. But I'm hoping that we can see this later on, because sometimes we're so slow on certain transitions, especially when there's an opportunity to counter. We've got rapid players like Timo Werner on the pitch, for goodness sake. And we're taking our time and consistently building out the ball from the back, etc., etc. Use Timo's pace from time to time. West Ham were getting back and regaining their shape way too easy. They were comfortable all game. They were comfortable all game until that red card incident happened. But do you know what? Today wasn't, for me, look, and for many of you, today was really about getting 3 points. In terms of this pretty free-flowing football, of course, I would love to see it, and that's something that I want to see us build on and have consistently, like your Liverpools and Manchester Cities. But at this point of the season, where we need, in my opinion, it's key to be finishing a healthy distance above 4th place and really cementing 3rd place. Today was really about focusing on getting the 3 points, which we did. Our next game is going to be against Manchester United, who did lose against Arsenal. So again, another wounded animal who can wake up at any time and cause damage. So Chelsea, we massively need to build on that performance. People, let me know what you thought about the performance today. Leave your thoughts down there in the comments. I did promise this would not be a long-winded video. I'm coming up to 14 minutes, so I am going to cut this off now. So wherever you are, whatever you are doing, please make sure you do stay safe. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also leave your thoughts down there in the comments as well. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Bless up, people.